Rob doesn't actually seem to be in a rush to fight again, which is okay, right? Respect to Rob, fight whenever you want. He doesn't want to be back though until he says March or April. Izzy, on the other hand, has been talking about maybe even wanting to fight in 2020. I don't see him wanting to wait until March or April for another fight. So, I mean, there's no other middleweight for Izzy to fight. To me, this suggests we might see Izzy at 205 against Jon, or Izzy at 205 against Jon Bones Jones. Because, again, I don't see Izzy waiting until April to fight again. 6 more months? No way.
I think that if we see Izzy fight Jones, I'm inclined to think that it's going to be at heavyweight. I think that Izzy would be more cautious towards fighting him at light heavyweight, but I absolutely think that Izzy's next fight very well may be Jan Blachowicz.
Can you explain that? Why is he more hesitant to fight at light heavyweight than heavyweight? Wouldn't heavyweight favor Jon more?
Light heavyweight's just Jon's weight class. He's used to lumbering around at
but wouldn't you want to force him to cut to 205 instead of let him not cut? Like, because Izzy's not cutting anyway, right? So wouldn't you want to force Jon to cut some weight? Just make it a little bit harder for him?
Thinking that the weight cut has absolutely nothing to do with my analysis. It has everything to do with the fact that, I don't know, I just figure you're going to want to fight someone. If you're going to fight someone and you have the option to not do it at their original weight class where they have all their experience, probably going to go with the alternate weight class.
The advantage that Jones has is that he's bigger and heavier. So by going to heavyweight, you're just making that advantage more stark. You're just saying, okay, be as big and as heavy as you want. And I'm not, because Izzy, again, is going to be as big as he wants it at 205.
Between the two of them, like in terms of like their length, how big is their size?
I mean, there's a 30, definitely for walk around weight. Izzy walks around 204. Jones walks around 230, 240. So just maybe lengthwise they're very similar. I think Jones might actually still have a slight reach advantage, like of a couple inches. But in terms of weight, their walk around weight is 30 pounds difference. Again, why wouldn't, if Izzy's at 205, that's his literal walk around weight. He's so comfortable there. Why wouldn't you let Jones go his walk around? Why would you let him go his walk around weight instead of just making him cut some weight and then go back to his walk around weight? Like, there's no advantage to just saying, here.
Clearly, you thought about this more than I have.
I'm inclined to think that he would be more likely to fight Jan. Jon said that he wouldn't cut down to 205. He's working on like his heavyweight body build, and so he doesn't want to ruin that by cutting weight again.
That's true.
If he fought Jon, I would actually think there's a strong possibility that they would maybe fight at a cash weight at like 220 or something like that. Maybe meet in the middle just so that, Izzy doesn't have to put on a ton of weight. That being said, I guess past 205, there's no there's no boundary.
Yeah, so it's just like it's just to keep Jon from getting too much bigger than him, because he's gonna get fucked if he's fighting a 250-pound Jon. Because if 250-pound Jon Jones grabs onto 205-pound Adesanya, I don't care how good Adesanya's technique is, because his takedown defense is amazing now, but it's not good enough to stop a 250-pound Jon Jones.
Are you saying that if that Izzy would go into heavyweight exactly at 205?
He wouldn't go above 210.
I mean, Izzy has fought at heavyweight in kickboxing before. What did he fight at then?
Like 205-ish. And he weighed in holding a box of donuts. It was hilarious.
That'll be the goddamn smallest heavyweight.
He steps on the scale with a box of donuts, takes one out, bites it on the scale, and is like flexing while holding the box. It was great. It's hilarious.
I would think that if he's preparing for Jones for a heavyweight fight, I would think that, he'd maybe bulk a little more.
Yeah, a little bit, but
I don't know Adesanya. I don't know how he feels in his own body at that weight. So,
Yeah, I think on the feet it doesn't matter, and that's the thing. This is the man who he's fought heavyweight, but in kickboxing, and I don't think it really matters for Adesanya. He's just faster than these guys, and so he's actually okay with them being heavier. They're just slower. It's the grappling that really changes things. And I think that's what really gives the advantage to Jon Jones. I think no matter what the weight class is, Jon Jones can be as heavy or as light as he wants. He has no chance in a kickboxing match against Adesanya. It's just not happening. But the second that you take a 205-pound guy clinging onto you and pulling you to the ground versus a 250-pound guy is a very big difference, especially when you're the same weight.